صلاة الله سلام الله على طه رسول الله صلاة الله سلام الله على ياسين حبيب الله على ياسين حبيب الله.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وأصحابه وبارك وسلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Alhamdulillah, we find ourselves in the last 10 days of the blessed month of Ramadan. And as we know, according to the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, these are the days of freedom from the fire of Jahannam. We make dua that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us this freedom from the fire of Jahannam, inshallah. Ameen thumma ameen. The fire of Jahannam is indeed very severe. The punishment of Jahannam is severe. The torment of Jahannam is severe. And we read about this in the glorious Quran Sharif, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has described it to us. And we read in the hadith of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, the severity and the intensity of the fire of Jahannam. And there are different types of adhab, different types of punishment in store for the transgressors and those whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will choose to punish in the fire of Jahannam. But we ask that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, especially in these last 10 days of the month of Ramadan, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us from this fire of Jahannam. The great scholar Mahdi, before he reformed his ways, he lived a very questionable life and his servant didn't like the actions of Mahdi, and one day she took a hot coal and she placed this hot coal on the leg of Mahdi, and he jumped up in pain. And she said to him that Jamratu min an-nar fi dunya, this is a coal or the hot coal from the dunya, Jamratu min ad-dunya. How are you going to manage with the severe and the intense pain and the heat of the fire of Jahannam? And this was a wake-up call for him, and he understood what she was trying to do, what she was trying to accomplish. That, and he thought to himself, indeed, if the pain and the severity of this one coal on my leg is so painful, how am I ever going to handle the fire of Jahannam? Allahu Akbar. And this is why he reformed his ways. It was the dua of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala an. He used to say, Ilahi lastu lil firdausi ahla, that, Ya Allah, I'm not worthy of Jannatul Firdaus. Allahu Akbar. You look at Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq, such a great, or the greatest Sahabi of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Afdal al-Bashar ba'ad al-Anbiya bit-tahqiq, the greatest man after the Anbiya, after the Prophets of Allah. He says in his dua to Allah that, Ya Allah, I'm not worthy of Jannatul Firdaus. وَلَا أَقْوَى عَلَى نَارِ الْجَحِيمِ. But Ya Allah, I cannot handle the fire of Jahannam. I cannot handle the fire of Jahannam. So he's saying, Ya Allah, even though I'm not worthy of Jannah, I definitely cannot handle the fire of Jahannam. فَهَبْلِ تَوْبَةً Ya Allah, فَهَبْلِ تَوْبَةً وَاغْفِرْ ذُنُوبِي فَإِنَّكَ غَافِرُ الذَّنبِ الْعَظِيمِ. So grant me tawbah, Ya Allah, forgive my sins, Ya Allah, cover my sins, Ya Allah, فَإِنَّكَ غَافِرُ الذَّنبِ الْعَظِيمِ, because you are the greatest forgiver of all sins. And this is in accordance to the hadith of Rasulullah, the instruction and the advice of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told the Sahaba that ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant to Jannah, and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in your du'as to save you from Jahannam. And what is the famous dua of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? The Quranic ayat, رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً. Ya Allah, grant us goodness and the best of this the dunya. وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً. Grant us the best of the year after. وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. And save us from the fire of Jahannam. This is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam advised us. And there are many other hadith of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasallam speaking about this, like when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that if somebody asks for Jannah 3 times, if somebody in the dua asks for Jannah 3 times, then Jannah says to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Allah, he has asked for me, grant him to me, or grant me to him, Ya Allah. Grant me to him, grant him to me also. And then when somebody seeks refuge from the fire of Jahannam, then 3 times, then Jahannam says that, Ya Allah, save him from me. Allahu Akbar. Save him from me. So we make this dua in our Taraweeh. We always say, before we start our Taraweeh, in many masajid, we say, Allahumma inna nas'aluka ridaka wal jannah. Ya Allah, inna nas'aluka ridaka wal jannah. We ask for your rida, we ask for your pleasure, we ask that you may be happy and pleased with us, wal jannah, and we ask for your jannah, wa na'udhu bika min sakhtika wan nar, and we seek refuge, Ya Allah, from your anger, and wan nar, and from the fire of Jahannam. And we read this 3 times, and when we commence our Taraweeh and we recite this 3 times, then Jannah gives the jawab, Jannah gives the answer. Ya Allah, save him from me. Ya Allah, grant him to me and grant me to him. And Jahannam says, Ya Allah, save him from me. Allahu Akbar. Such a beautiful dua that we make, especially when we perform the tawaf of the Kaaba. We say, Allahumma inna nas'aluka al-jannah wa ma yuqarribuna ilayha min qawli wa amal. Ya Allah, we ask you for Jannatul Firdaus. وَمَا يُقَرِّبُنَا إِلَيْهَا, and that which brings us closer to Jannatul Firdaus, min qawli wa amal, from the actions which I do and from the things that what I say. So we're asking Allah for hidayat to do those actions and to say those things that will bring us closer to Jannah and enter us into Jannatul Firdaus. وَنَعُوذُ بِكَ مِنَ النَّارِ, and we seek refuge, Ya Allah, from Jahannam. وَمَا يُقَرِّبُنَا إِلَيْهَا مِنْ قَوْلٍ وَعَمَلٍ, and we seek refuge from all those actions that I do and all those things that I say that might bring me or that will bring me closer to the fire of Jahannam. Make this a habit, make this a regular habit to make this dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and ask Allah in your du'as 3 times, and then Jannah will give its response and Jahannam will give its response. Imam Ahmad alayhi rahmah, in his Musnad, and in Abu Dawud, there's hadith of the Prophet ﷺ where Rasulullah ﷺ says that he who recites in the Fajr Salah, he who recites in the Fajr Salah and in the Maghrib Salah, he recites 7 times before speaking to anyone, he recites Allahumma ajirna minan nar. He or she who recites 7 times Allahumma ajirna minan nar, 7 times after Fajr and 7 times after the Maghrib Salah before speaking to anyone. The Prophet ﷺ said that if you say that Fajr Salah and you die during the day, Allah will save you from Jahannam. And if you say it Maghrib time and you die that evening, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will save you from the fire of Jahannam. So we make dua that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the hidayah and tawfiq to practice this, inshallah, to include these du'as in our daily du'as that we make to Allah. And ultimately we make dua, Allahumma ajinna minan nar, Ya Rabb, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us and the entire ummah from the fire of Jahannam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all our deeds. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our fast, our taraweeh, and all our ibadat during the month of Ramadan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with us, inshallah. Ameen thumma ameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Salatullah, salamullah, ala taha rasulillah. Salatullah, salamullah, ala yasin habibillah, ala yasin habibillah.